Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel. It's Kellex, and welcome back. We're building a manor house that is in Oakwood Manor. I don't know, I just called it Oakwood Manor because it was originally called Oakenstead, in Willow Creek, you know, like the 50 by 50 lot right next to the really ugly modern house up on the hill that is owned by the... What are their names? I don't even know. They kind of give you vibes of like the Kardashian family, like those vibes. Yeah, them. Um, those are the one. That's the house right there. I had deleted the house that was originally there. That was originally called Oakenstead, and I needed a name for this house, and I just didn't know what kind of name to name it. Like always, so that's nothing new really. So I just ended up calling it Oakwood Manor. I mean, it's as good as it was gonna get, so be proud of me, I guess. It is on the gallery, and you guys can go and download it. It is called Oakwood Manor, as I stated, and it has 5 bedrooms and 5 bathrooms, with 3 bedrooms being on the 2nd floor and 2 bedrooms being on the 1st floor. Yeah, that's the house there. First of all, I'm about to go and turn off my dryer for a second because the clothes are already dry. I just don't need it making loud noise in the background because it's just gonna interrupt my video and I don't want that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just pause real fast and I will be literally right back. Okay, I'm back and everything is silent now. Really great. That is what I want always. So right now we're just doing the whole house right now, and this whole house, believe it or not, took me 2 hours and a half to do, so that's why the footage is like 30 minutes, almost 30 minutes long. So it's a long build. So if you guys want to, I don't know, grab a snack or something, get comfortable, because we're gonna be here for 28 minutes. So hopefully you're gonna be here for 28 minutes, hopefully, because I would appreciate it. Thank you. And don't forget to subscribe as well if you already are not subscribed. And yeah, just subscribe. And don't forget to ring the notifications bell. I was gonna say button, but like I like to say bells because it's a bell and you just tap it so you can get notified whenever I make a new video. So yeah, that's that, and we're already just 3 minutes in, and I felt like I said a lot, but let me go ahead and just kind of explain my thought process with this house. So, I mean, I wanted to build something, but you know how you build so much and you don't know what else to build next, but you want to build something? Yeah, that was the thought process that I had, and I went online and just looked on Google and just looked up a few like kind of houses. That kind of house I tried to look up was like farmhouses and stuff. So I found this one house. I don't have the picture of it at the moment, but I found this one house and I kind of got the vibe of what this house looks a little bit. It's not really farmhouse, to be honest. It's more like a colonial manor kind of house, but that was like the style of the house that I was looking at when I looked up farmhouses. So I just saw that house and I was like, ooh, that gave me like a cool idea to build this kind of house right here. And I just pretty much just started building it and I just went along with it. And then here in the back is where we're doing the big old huge pool, which there's actually 2 pools. This is like the main pool and then the other one on the side. I wanted it to be kind of like a hot tub kind of pool area, or like a private kind of pool, like I don't know, like your parents or something may want privacy, as like their kids are probably in the bigger pool or something. I don't know. I just thought it was a cool touch, and I just added that in, and thought it was really nice. And here we are, just fencing up the place, trying to make the fencing very even on both sides, and just creating the back area, moving that the windows and stuff over to the back, making it look very what is that word? I'm trying to come up with that word. It's like a math word. I just can't think of it right now. Yeah, I just can't really think of it right now because I'm getting ready to say equal, but like that's not it. I think it's symmetry. What am I talking about? I don't know. Symmetrical. That is the word. Trying to make it very symmetrical. So I mean, because as you all know, colonial houses look very symmetrical. They're supposed to be symmetrical, so they're basically just like boxes, but you make it like where it's the same on both sides and even the back. So yeah, that's a colonial for you. But yeah, so we were just finishing up on the back area. It took me a bit of a long time to do the backyard and the front yard, just because I'm not really good at doing gardens and stuff like that. So I try my best and I take a long time doing it. And I think I kind of hate doing that because whenever I take a really long time on one area that I don't really like doing much, I start to rush, and when I start getting into the house part where I need to do like the floor plan and the furnishing, I start to rush that part because I've spent like 30 minutes trying to just do the backyard and like the front yard, and yeah, I've pretty much done got impatient and I pretty much want the house to be done already. So I got a little rushed, but I still think it turned out really good in the end. Hopefully you guys think the same. Right now we're just doing this very symmetrical garden kind of look. Just placing basic plants, but trying to still make it look very nice and neat and symmetrical. I keep using that word because now since I know what that word is, I'm going to keep using it because I don't want to forget it again whenever I need to use it. But yeah, and just to fill in the area right there, I just put some flower terrain paint, but I didn't like overdo it too much, so I just kind of turned down the shading thing of it, whatever you want to call it, and yeah, just so it wouldn't be so potent. But yeah, and here we are just doing the little pathway into the area in the front of the house, and I thought that fountain was a pretty nice, cool idea to put that right there. I just thought it was a little bit too tall, but I don't know, I kind of felt like it was just like the grand entrance look to it, so I don't know. I mean, when you pull up to this house, you're like, oh, look at the big, huge, cool, beautiful water fountain. I mean, because that's the main focus point of the house, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, that's there. It was a cool touch, and I liked it. And here we are just doing stuff to the pool, but putting a different water color onto the pool because I really like that one, the one that's supposed to have like the sparkles in it. And we're just placing a bunch of lights, and then this is where I pretty much placed the other pool as well, as though I said I wanted to kind of be like a hot tub kind of like area, but you couldn't stick a hot tub in there with the pool, so I mean it just doesn't work in The Sims. So I just had to basically play make-believe and make it seem like as though it's a hot tub. So that's that. And here we are doing like a little, I would say gazebo, but it's not really a gazebo, but it's just like a little platform for like a table or something, or a seating area. That's pretty much just what it is, just like a platform pretty much. So yeah, I mean, just give it a nice touch just to add somewhere to sit in the backyard. So it wouldn't just be like a random table over there next to the pool and stuff. But here we are doing the floor plan, which took me a while to do, and I just fixing up the windows because the windows were kind of in a weird place, as I noticed as I was doing the floor plan. They were very off, so I just changed it, and yeah, continue on with the floor plan. And usually I hate doing floor plans as well because I have a hard time trying to figure out where things should go and how the floor plan should work. I'm pretty sure a lot of people probably have troubles doing that, and yeah, I mean, I don't know, I just go with the flow. I just start creating boxes and stuff, just start forming rooms until like I get like a perfect kind of floor plan that I can work with. And then sometimes I just end up changing the floor plan as I'm furnishing the place. So yeah, it just pretty much just works as I go, basically. As always. And here we are just placing a bunch of the lights, which those lights pretty much change because like I said, whenever I start furnishing, I know what I'm going to use as I'm furnishing, so it pretty much changes. So yeah, and right now we're trying to figure out the tiling for the bathrooms and stuff, and I just go with the basic one that I always use, that comes from Spa Day, because I don't know, I just really love that tile. It just looks really good in the game, and I don't know, that's just the one I always use. So yeah, and this is where I was just uploading it up to the gallery, trying to look and see how it was gonna look with that fountain right there in the front, which it was okay. So that's just what you just saw right there. But here we are placing a bunch of archways, doors, and everything. And these rooms on the side that you see, with the archway in it, and then like it has like the door and a room inside the room. It's a walk-in closet with the bedroom and a bathroom inside. So it's just basically 2 bedrooms downstairs, like I said, and there's 5 bathrooms in this house, because there's 2 bathrooms on the there's 3 bathrooms on the first floor, and then there's 2 bathrooms on the second, along with 3 bedrooms on the second floor, and then 2 bedrooms on the first. So yeah, that's that. And here we are doing the wonderful living room area space, and I love those curtains that came with the cats and dogs. I think it came with cats and dogs. I think so. Yeah, it came with cats and dogs. I really love that one because I don't know, it just looks really nice. It looks more realistic. I don't know, I just like the aesthetic of it and just how it looks in the game, or in my game at least. And yeah, it just really fitted this living room, and I tried to place some things to kind of make the living room more lived in and more living room, and not just like random items just placed everywhere. So yeah, that's that. And we're just placing a few things in the corners, placing a cool mirror there. Cool mirror. That's a mirror that I literally like almost always use. Placing 2 bookshelves from Cats and Dogs, or is that from Seasons? I literally forgot which ones that's from. I think it's from Cats and Dogs. I don't know. I'm not so sure. If I'm wrong, just correct me in the description down below. Not description, but just correct me in the comments down below. I'm the one who could control my description, not you guys. I don't know what I'm talking about. But here we are just doing the wallpaper. The wallpaper, I had a kind of hard time trying to figure out the wallpaper as well, because I always use the plain $2 wallpaper because, I don't know, I just like it and you get good colors out of it. But I ended up using the paneling one, and it looked nice. So it really fitted the manor kind of look to the house. And here we are doing the bathroom, which is like a half bath, obviously. Just for like any guests or anything that you have come over, because in The Sims, when you first start playing in it, you do have guests that come over and come into your house and use your things, so you don't want them to go into your bedroom to use the bathroom, or like go upstairs to use the bathroom or anything. So they can literally use the bathroom right here on the first floor, right next to the staircase way, and it's very convenient. So yeah, and plus, I mean, if you have a big house like this, you need to have a half bathroom. Like, why do you not have a half bathroom? I don't know, but most houses like this size have half bathrooms. Even townhouses have half bathrooms, like next to the staircase, the stairway. So I mean, it's realistic. But anyways, here we are doing the dining room, which I really love that color rug. I wanted to keep it, and I did. So I tried to like kind of create around it with color options and stuff like that, and so I felt like it looked pretty good. And here we are. I was trying to stick a mirror on the fireplace because I really like that idea with the whole mirror on the fireplace thing, but I just wish that it could like place on there without having to delete the walls behind it. But I mean, other than that, it was very easy to do that anyway, so it didn't take me that long to do that. So yeah, and here we are just placing some statues on those end tables, and just placing a picture there, an ottoman, and I forgot what I placed over here. Oh, okay, yeah, I placed that, and don't I place like a table over there? I guess not, we just changed the lighting. Yeah, put like that chandelier thing in there that I think we get from Vintage Glamour. I think so, it's from Vintage Glamour. But yeah, here we are doing the kitchen now, and we're just placing a bunch of the counters, which I don't make the counters that long, so I delete it. And there's actually 2 seating areas in here, for, you know, like the dining area. So yeah, I just made 2 dining areas so that right here next to the kitchen area is kind of like, I guess, the breakfast table, and then the one that's like in the other separate room is like where, I guess, if you have like private kind of, or not even just private, but just like dinner parties or something, or just if you have like guests over and you have like a little dinner invite thing or whatever the heck. That's what that is for. Or like what is it called? I guess like fancy dining or something. I don't know. I'll think of it in a minute, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna forget. So yeah, we're just placing tables on the little island. I really love the idea of having the sink in the island itself, so it just looks really good. And in a house, if I get a house, well, I'm not gonna say if I, but I'm only 19, so I'm not gonna be living on my own quite yet until, like, I guess I'm 21 years old. I mean, I'm not gonna be living in a house right away anyway. I mean, unless my YouTube channel ends up making me some money, then we'll probably be living in a house then. But I probably wouldn't be mentally prepared to live in a house quite yet, because I am a little scared little child. So I'm a scared little child. So it just wouldn't work for me. I just wouldn't be able to live in a house quite yet, because I already have a hard time living on my own anyway. Not living on my own, because I'm not living on my own yet. Like, I'm still living with my mom, which is a great thing, because I'm not prepared to be living on my own quite yet. But when I do, I will be getting an apartment, because, I mean, that's logic. That's what you start out with always. But yeah, so we will be getting an apartment, and I will be getting me a pet to keep me company, so I wouldn't feel so alone. So yeah, because, I mean, we watch a lot of scary movies, and when you watch a lot of scary movies, you tend to not want to be on your own a lot. That's just facts there. So that's just me, and yeah. But we're gonna be good. It's all gonna be good, and it's just all gonna work out nicely when the time comes. And yeah. But the kind of pet that I probably would want, really, I've always wanted a cockatoo. It just so happened to happen and start when I started watching cockatoo videos on YouTube. I just came across this one person. I forgot what her channel name is called, but there's this one person. She's a woman, obviously, and I just started watching her videos because she has like this cockatoo. I think his name, I forgot what his name was, to be honest. I even forgot what his name was. Oh wow. His name was kind of something weird. It was kind of like it's like a word that you would say, like you wouldn't think that was a cockatoo's name. Like you wouldn't name something that, but like his name is like, I don't know, his name is like a phrase. But like, I really don't remember what it is. But yeah, I just started watching those videos, and I don't know, like for some reason it just touched my heart, and I just want a cockatoo now. But my mom just thinks that that's just nonsense, and you know, you're not gonna get a cockatoo, because if you didn't know, cockatoos cost like basically your rent money. I mean, if your rent money is like $1,200 a month, that's your rent money. Like, it costs your rent money basically. So yeah, that's not logical thinking. So what's logical thinking is getting a dog or getting a cat or a hamster or guinea pig, or like, I don't know, if you're a reptile kind of person, getting a reptile or like a lizard or turtles or frogs, which currently right now I have frogs. I have 2 frogs actually. I did have a goldfish, but he just so happened to die. Literally this morning I woke up and he was basically floating in the mid-air, and it literally broke my heart, because I don't know what happened. I don't know how it happened, but I think it was because of so much of the waste that he was putting into the water. Because if you didn't know, goldfish use the bathroom quite a lot. Like, they use the bathroom literally 30 times a day inside the tank. So just imagine if you yourself was in a tank. I mean, and quote, this is a 5-gallon tank, so I mean, I don't know really how to take care of fish. Like, I'm not a fish professional, so I'm just starting out, and we got a goldfish, and we already had one frog. We just got like another frog because I thought that Billy was a little lonely, and I just wanted to give him a friend and let a friend join the tank with him. And so now he's super happy right now with his best friend. Her name is Becky. It's a funny inside joke that no one will probably ever get unless you know me and my family, or if you're my friend or something, you may not get like the Billy and Becky joke because it's an inside joke basically, so no one will ever get it. But yeah, that's that. And they're just having a great time of their life. They literally will not leave each other's side, and they just follow each other basically, and they're always next to each other, close to each other, which is a great thing because if you didn't know, if you had 2 males or more frogs in one tank, they often fight and stuff, but it's not like a bad kind of fight. It's more like a brother and sister kind of fight, or like a sibling kind of fight. So it's not really like, oh my god, you know, you're fearing for your frogs' lives because they're probably going to tear each other apart. But they're not going to do that. They just, I mean, it's just like a little normal kind of fight kind of thing. But I just so happen to not have 2 males. So I have 1 male, which is the smaller one. They're both like small frogs, really. They're not going to get super big until like 2 years from now. But they do like grow obviously by each day. So, or I should say probably like each month they're going to get, you know, you're going to notice that they're getting bigger. But right now they're just pretty much like the size of maybe like a bottle top or something, like a soda pop top, something like that. They're pretty much as big as that right now. But they're going to get like as big as your hand, in 2 years. So yeah. And, so right now, the one that's the female, she's like literally chunkier. Like she's, I wouldn't say fat because I don't want to say fat because that's a mean word to say. But I'm just gonna say she's on the heavy side. She's very chunky, which I love her. She's my baby. And the other one, his name is Billy. He's the more smaller, petite one. And he's more lighter in color, and she's more darker in color, and he's more lighter in color. So you pretty much know that he's a male and she's a female. So yeah, and I just think they really get along with each other. I mean, obviously, if you have a male and a female in a tank, they're not gonna fight. Like, they're gonna get along with each other, and hopefully one day end up mating. I don't know, but at this moment they're not gonna mate. I mean, they're literally like at the stage of still baby stage, so they're not gonna be mating at all until they get like much bigger, like adulthood, and then they probably might mate. But I don't know. Yeah, so right now they're just living in a 5-gallon tank. It's very spacious for them because they have like 1 gallon extra space in there, because you're supposed to have 2 gallons of water per frog. So if I have a 5-gallon tank and I have 2 frogs, obviously there's like 1 gallon of extra water for them. So they're pretty much living very comfortably in that tank. And yeah, and also right now their food right now that they're eating is dried bloodworms. It really does sound disgusting, but like, you have to take the blood dried worms and put them like in water, but you don't just like put it in the tank and just think that it's gonna fall down, because like it's not gonna fall down. It's just gonna stay floating in the up on the top of the tank. And if you didn't know, frogs kind of have like a hard time seeing their food, and just seeing things in general. Like, they have to, like, the thing has to be moving for them to actually see it, because if it's not moving, it's basically like it's not fair to them, basically. But they can smell it, but if it's not moving, they can't see it. So that's just a frog for you. And so a way to kind of help them see their food, whenever I feed them is I try to like put it towards where they are, like in front of them where they are. And sometimes even when you do that, they still miss the food and they don't like see it, but like they keep trying to search for it because they keep, you know, going into the rocks and like taking their hands in motion trying to search for food. But I mean, they're not going to find it unless it's moving. But I don't worry about it because they're pretty much going to eat, you know, they're going to eat it as once they see it. So I haven't really had any problems with it at the moment. But yeah, that's just like a fact that I had to pretty much experience myself, because when I first got Billy, he wasn't eating at first because he wasn't seeing his food. I had to kind of do a little research, and it basically told me that frogs really can't really see their food unless it's like, you know, moving in their vicinity, and then they like see it and then they like attack it. But before they like attack it and see it, they like sit in stealth mode, like they're just waiting for something, like, you know, like a cheetah in the wild waiting for their prey. Like they're just sitting there in stealth mode, like 1, 2, 3, I'm gonna pounce on you. Like that. Like that's what a frog does. And it kind of stresses me out a little bit because I'm just like, your food is right there, just get it, just reach your hand out and grab it and get it. But they just don't have logic like that. They don't have common sense like that. So it's just kind of hard when you have frogs. But it gets pretty easy. But that's why you're supposed to use tweezers to like feed them, because you have to like take the food and like swing it in their face. Not swing it in their face, but kind of just like do like a little motion in their face, and then they'll like grab it out of the tweezer. And that's pretty much just how you feed them. And also it keeps the food from just sitting in the water too long, because if you have food sitting in your tank water too long, it will basically dirty the water and also add like bad chemicals into the water and stuff. So you don't want to have that happen, especially if you don't have like a good filtration in your water. It'll make your water turn color, like it'll make your water turn a color, and like it'll create ammonia, and it'll just make your fish and things sick because you have dirty water. That's why you're always supposed to keep up with the water change. It's mandatory to do it monthly, but if you have like goldfish and any other fishes that make a lot of mess in the tank, you would probably want to do a water change maybe every 2 weeks, because it would be more convenient for them, just because it's a lot of waste being put into the water. And especially if you have like a more smaller tank like I do, like if you have like a 5-gallon tank and you have a goldfish in there with like other fish, is really, really mandatory to change it probably every 2 weeks, maybe even 1 week, because the waste will just build up and it'll kill the fish. But anyways, guys, we're gonna go ahead and leave this video now. I'm done talking about the fish. But I want you guys to go ahead and subscribe to me, and also I have like other social medias and stuff, and that's all linked down below in my description. You guys can go down there and subscribe and follow me elsewhere, and I will see you all in my next video tomorrow, guys. Bye.